Yes, we just made a bunch of money off of this trade, and you can too. We'll break everything down in this video. But first, if you can, guys, hit that like and hit the subscribe if you want to see more of this content. And let's just get right into this. We're going to be looking at the setup on Bitcoin. There's a bunch. Actually a few alts too that pretty much had the same exact setup. Okay, a little bit different structure, but the same idea. Relatively simple structure on this. Like anything in trading, guys, it's just about whether or not you can cut the losses short and stick to your system, stick to the setups that give you that edge. And possibly you can add this to your repertoire, your tool belt, or possibly you use this on your own and even make it your own. Okay, so let's get right into this. Looking at Bitcoin, all right, we had a big move up, right? We had this big move up, breaking out of kind of like multiple falling wedges, right? So we had this falling wedge, and then we kind of had this descending trend line going up here or coming down, and then we broke out of this, then broke out of this again, had the retest, and then pushed up into this big $30,000 demand / supply zone. Okay, so we had that big move up, right? The one thing that I have changed on and still hold now is that this market is turning bullish. All right, so that's kind of the first box that I'm ticking. Okay, my sentiment, my bias is bullish now. Okay, every single sell-off is just getting eaten up by the bulls. All right, so there's still that sentiment there. So that's kind of that first box that checks off. That's my sentiment. If I'm bullish more times than not, then I want to take a long. Okay, that's going to improve my odds. Now, this is what we were looking for on this trade. Okay, we put in basically this topping structure here. Okay, just above this supply zone. Okay, now, being super patient, I didn't take a short here because remember we're bull bias, right? So we changed that. We're bull bias and we want to look for longs. So as we went ahead and put this in, and so we sold off, pushed up, so ate that, but we went ahead and pulled back down again. So I said, okay, so you probably saw also I put in kind of like that head and shoulders type pattern up here, which is basically exactly what we did. But I still have that bullish bias. So I'm going to be looking for a long position. So once we started to track down and complete kind of like that head and shoulders, I wanted to see the best place to make that open up that long position. Okay. We place these blue boxes in here. All right. So I'm looking at the 3 hour. Okay. I'm looking at the 3 hour, and we come off just this downtrend, this selling, okay, and we're coming into resistance here. All right. Now, something that I noticed on the RSI, and you can do this both ways, both in a downtrend and also an uptrend. 9 times out of 10, whenever we get this downtrend, this descending resistance level, descending trend line, there's really only one place for this to go on the RSI, right? So if we keep coming down, and getting squeezed out, there's really only one place for it to go, and that's a breakout to the upside. Okay, same exact thing if we were to flip. I don't know if I can flip this RSI, but all right, no. So same thing if you flip it. Okay, we've talked about those steps in the past. Same thing if it's going up, giving a nice floor of support, rising or ascending trend line, there's really only one place for that thing to go, and that's to break to the downside. So we place this blue box on the RSI, blue box here, just a target area. This is where I wanted to see our reversal in price action start to form. And so what did we get? We posted here as we got this bounce. Okay, we put up on Twitter, I'll be looking for a long position on a reversal, possibly on some positive divergence. Okay, positive divergence here is a little messy. Okay, but we did continue to put this down. We do have a positive divergence. It's choppy here, but there is that there inside this blue box. Now putting in a falling wedge inside our target area at a big supply zone. Remember, with that bullish bias. Okay. And then if we think it was on the, what was it on for, like the 8 hour maybe? So it was on the 6 hour. We also were using this 200 moving average on the 6 hour as well as support. Okay, so anytime we're using these moving averages it can be both bull or bear market, but obviously we want to use it as support in a bull market, or if you have that bullish bias. And we put in that falling wedge at this 200 moving average on the 6 hour time frame. Just super high odds, right? And this is our target zone. 6 hour, also this descending level breaking out there, and then you had it on multiple levels, right? So you have it on the 4 hour, the 6 hour, the 3 hour, and then you can see, guys, that we made this big move up. Okay, now it's important. Obviously, this could have broken to the downside. Okay. Obviously, but that's what stops are for, and that's what controlling your positions are all about. Okay, but one of the biggest things to take from this, guys, is the first thing is what kind of bias do you have? Okay, if you have a bullish bias, you should be taking long positions. If you have a bearish bias and it's been proven right, you should be taking short positions. Okay, at least for beginner traders, even intermediate traders. This will increase your odds tremendously. Okay, so check that box. Next, set yourself up a target zone and be patient. Okay, don't FOMO or think that we're going to get a bounce and you're going to miss out on it. Wait for that big area. Okay, that makes sense with looking at different levels. Wait to see if you come into that zone and just wait for it. If it doesn't happen, then be patient again for a different setup. Okay. But then we went ahead, and you know that our main trading system is on reversals. And so we go ahead, we put in a typical price action reversal here on a falling wedge. And then you throw that in with the RSI, giving this squeeze pattern on the RSI. Again, we put a blue box. We nailed that as well, and that indicated taking the long position. Easy stop. Our stop was actually a little lower because I was thinking potentially, it could have been something like this. But again, very bullish market, and we just pushed up right from there. So we're still in the trade. Stop is moved to break even now, and I'm going to follow the trend, right? We're just going to continue in the trend until the trend says that it is no more, and then we'll exit. But this is continued bullishness. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. Let me know in the comments. Please write if you have any questions. We want to help you succeed in trading, guys. Anybody can do it. Just takes a lot of hard work, perseverance, and discipline. So a few other things. So look, if we look here on Matic, right, we had the same exact type deal. We set up, we were coming down, breaking off this big pattern here, right? Kind of like it is a rising wedge, but it's kind of off of a bounce. Either way, it's this structure of higher lows and slightly higher highs. Okay, just not to the same degree. Now, if we go down lower time frame, we set up this blue box because we were coming into a major macro area. And the sell-off came, the breakdown of this rising pattern, breakdown coming into this area. And then look what we have on the RSI again, this descending, this lessening of the RSI. There's really only one place for this to go if this is being used as resistance, right? It's going to get squeezed and pushed out to the upside, coming into a big zone, big demand zone. Remember that still that bullish bias that we have in the market, just because of what we've seen lately, a lot of sell-offs just getting eaten right back up. And then we go ahead and make a big bounce off of that, breakout out of that. What else do we have? I think we had, yep. So Woo Network, same exact thing. We had the sell off from here, sell off, place the blue box, roughly at this 3618 level here on this ascending support level, somewhere looking for it in here. Then you get, go down to like the one. Then you get this structure coming in. Remember, bullish bias, something of a double or a falling wedge on a lower time frame, positive divergence coming into our area. You can always scale into, place some buys, stop under this big macro structure, and under the 3618. And then again, we pushed higher. This one did have somewhat, so I don't like it nearly as much, but basically had this. You could make a case for that with the bullish bias coming into support and breakout there. And again, we had that big bounce on, what was it at? I think it was on 3 hour, maybe 4 hour on the higher time, using this 200 moving average on the 4 hour right there, balanced as support there as well. Okay, so, and then I think Solana also, right? Same exact thing. You had this squeeze on the RSI, only one place for this thing to break out. You get positive divergence here. Okay, on this lower low, right? Lower low, higher high on the RSI, and then we go ahead and we bounce. Okay, and there's still strength in this move. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we were looking at for this trade, guys. If you are looking for a system to try and figure out what your system is, or looking for something that's successful, remember, anybody can make any system work. Okay, it's just a matter of, are you patient enough to one, is it a proven system, and two, are you patient enough just to wait for those setups? So try this out. Let me know how it works for you. If you refined it anymore, let me know. Please, again, if you guys have any kind of questions or comments, please let us know in the comments, and we want to help you guys out. Again, hit that like, hit the subscribe if you have not already, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.